Do It on a Dime family here. I am 35 weeks and 3 days pregnant today, so I wanted to jump on and just kind of talk about some of my symptoms as well as give you guys like a general life update because a lot has been happening around here, that's for sure. Pregnancy wise, things have been continuing to go basically the same as they were a few weeks ago. But I have started to notice that things are getting significantly harder now. And I'm going to insert a belly shot so you can see what it looks like since all of you guys have been asking to see it. So here is the baby bump. Just like seeing it on the camera makes it seem all the bigger. Maybe it's because I'm also wearing horizontal stripes. I don't know. But there you go. Little Carson. You are almost full term, my friend. It's just making it a lot more difficult to sit up in bed, to crouch down, even more so than it was a few weeks ago. It's like every day it gets just like a centimeter harder, if that makes sense. But it's really cool to see him grow and to be able to like see your actual belly change. Like I can see different parts of his body sticking out. And according to my doctor, I was at an appointment yesterday, she said that his head is down and engaged in my pelvis, which is really good. So he is in the position that he needs to be in, and I'm just trying to figure out, is that an elbow or is that a knee? And it tends to kind of be like a double motion. So like if he kicks out, he'll kick like one side right on my side and then one up here. So I don't know if his legs are going like this or if it's an elbow or I have no idea, but it's crazy. In terms of some of my other symptoms, I don't know guys, they're getting kind of weird. Like really weird. Like I'm almost kind of afraid to tell you that you're gonna like judge me or something, that these are really bizarre, but this is like a true story. So thing number one that's been really weird for me is my ice craving. So, and I know there's this thing called pica where like if you're not getting enough iron, which my iron is like perfectly in the normal range, that you crave ice. I just like want ice. And I don't just like want ice. I want a cup of slightly crushed ice cubes with water on top at 9:30 p.m. every night. I have to have a glass of like crushed ice and water, and I don't know what it is. It's like the best tasting thing to me ever. And consequently, if I'm drinking that late at night, like 9:30, I have to pee like in the middle of the night. But there's nothing I can do to stop this craving. Like I have to have my water at that time. I tried drinking before, it doesn't help. 9:30 p.m. Gotta have my ice water. A little crazy. The other thing that I've noticed, I really have been enjoying the smell of gasoline and leather, like specifically like leather car interiors. And I've never been like opposed to the smell of gasoline or leather cars. It didn't really bother me, but I didn't have like an affinity for it either. But now when I get into a car, especially like a new car, I'm at a gas station, like that smell is just like magnetic to me. And don't worry, I'm not sitting there like huffing gasoline or anything like that. But when I'm at the gas station, I'm like, it smells so good. That's weird, right? That's really weird. I've also been extremely emotional, like happy emotional. So like I'll see a sad commercial, like there's this commercial, I can't even tell you what it's for. There's a family, right? Like a young family, and they get this car and they're going camping. And then in the next scene, they like have a little baby in the back, and there's a dog, right, that goes with them. And the dog is a puppy, and then the dog's like a little older with the baby in the back. And then in the next scene, the kid's like running out of the car, and the dog is like a little bit slower getting out of the car. I'm gonna like cry now. And then in the next scene, like the kid's like all grown up, and like the dog is like all, I don't know, like he's very old and jumps out of the car. It might be like a dog food commercial even. I don't remember, but just like the passage of time, and it goes by so fast, like. That kind of stuff will make me cry. Luna, you're on the saucer. Is that saucer pillow? I set this pillow on the floor and Luna has decided this is her new bed. It fits you very well, Luna. Say hello. I've also really solidified and like extremely narrowed down my birth plan and shared it with my doctor. So that was kind of cool to be able to go over that and our expectations for the day. And I'm fully aware that things happen and obviously you have to be flexible on that day, but it's really nice to have a set plan since we are planning on going so natural and really avoiding things like episiotomy and Pitocin and induction of labor and breaking of the membranes, and all that stuff are things I really want to avoid. It's nice to be able to have the doctor's support on that, and she was extremely supportive of our natural birth plan, and she is an OB. And so it was very, very cool to kind of hear her perspective. There was one thing on our birth plan that my OB didn't like, and that was Should you tear when giving birth? You know, I had read and heard from my doula that it's actually, if you have a very small tear, it's actually better if you don't get stitches. Like if there's just like 1 or 2 stitches that they want to put in, it's not really a necessary thing, and your body can actually heal faster and better if it can heal naturally on its own. She did not seem on board with that. She said, oh, I've seen some really botched stuff from a birthing center, you know, come into me, and I want to make sure that you get stitched up if something tears. That was her biggest gripe with our birth plan, and we had a lot of very natural stuff. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Clearly, I'm going to go with the best, most sound medical advice available to me, as well as the support of my doula. If it's a bad tear, if I happen to tear, of course I want that to be stitched and taken care of. But I do want to do some more reading on that. So we've washed all of his clothes, which is really great too, and we washed it with the Dreft, which is like the baby laundry detergent. I just love the smell of it. Like, you can catch me on random days in his closet just like smelling his clothes, because it smells like a baby, and baby smells so good. My father-in-law and Charlie anchored some of his furniture to the walls. Like the bookshelf is anchored, his stuff over the changing area is anchored. Everything is all adhered to the wall, so it's super safe, and I'm really glad that we got that taken care of. So yeah, things are progressing really, really well. Kind of a big change that happened this week that was super unexpected, but something that we're obviously willing to take on. My brother recently moved from Michigan down to North Carolina, and he lived about an hour away from us when he initially moved down several weeks ago. And he's been looking for a job. He is a cancer survivor. He's 23 years old. He graduated from a technical university, so he works with computers and stuff, and that's sort of his thing. And he had to stop working back up in Michigan when he was going through chemotherapy and all that stuff. And since my mom is leaving Michigan and going to move, not to North Carolina, but she's moving down south, that was a really good juncture for him to kind of come down here and find a job, because where I live is like an extremely big IT capital. And his living arrangement ended up falling through, so he's actually living with us right now until he finds a job. And he's been working super hard, applying for jobs and doing such a great job. But it's been a transition to have my brother living with us now, especially like during this time, like in the very end of pregnancy and stuff like that. And clearly, obviously with family, you just do, like stuff comes up and you do what you got to do. And we love my brother so much, and we want to see him be successful and find something. So for the time being, he's going to be staying with us. I hope that you have a family like that too, that would just drop anything for you, because I think that that is so, so important. Because when it comes down to it, all the stuff and whatever doesn't matter. It's about your family. So that is my quick life update and random symptoms that I've been experiencing. I hope that you guys are having an awesome, awesome week, and stay tuned for my what's in my hospital bag video, because I'm super excited to show that to you guys. And I'll see you next time. Bye!